My father came to India, to Santiniketan in 1928, just after, a few months after his marriage. I was conceived, but I was not born, when my father was here. I was born in 1929, and after, I was born, just a 2-month baby. My father came to, I was in Malaya. My father came and took my mother and her sister and myself, a little baby, to Santiniketan and to see Tagore. Tagore gave me a name, Ashok. So, but we went back. My father was alone in Santiniketan. That was in 1929. Then my mother took me back to China. I grew up there. Then in 1955, I and my wife, we married, just married, and came to Santiniketan. That was in 1955. And in 1958, I joined the National Defense Academy at Karakwasa. They transferred me from Karakwasa to New Delhi to teach in the School of Foreign Languages under the Ministry of Defense. Before the founding of People's Republic of China, there was a Republic of China under the leadership of Chiang Kai-shek. In Santiniketan, my father knew that Tagore wanted to start Chinese studies at Santiniketan, so he went back to China to mobilize support. Yeah. And in fact, he met Chiang Kai-shek and other important people, and got a donation, got money to build that Cheena Bhawan at Viswa Bharati. And Tagore had some correspondence with Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek actually sent congratulation messages when Cheena Bhawan was founded in 1937. So Tagore wrote back to Chiang Kai-shek. After that, my father carried a letter to Chiang Kai-shek. So it was quite a good relationship between Tagore and Chiang Kai-shek and other Chinese leaders. But later on, what happens is, there was a change of regime in 1949. And Prime Minister Nehru was very keen to recognize, India was one of the first non-communist countries to recognize. So when that took place, India recognized the People's Republic of China and broke the ties with the Republic of China. That regime went to Taiwan. So it started a new kind of relationship between India and China. In fact, in 1950, just after the establishment of People's Republic of China, my father wrote a letter to Chairman Mao. Actually, they were fellow students. They were schoolmates, So he wrote to Chairman Mao, proposed made 3 proposals. One of them was to have special friendly relations with China. Another proposal was, don't lean on one side, President Mao on my father said, don't do that. Then peaceful solution between the Communist Party and the Kuomintang. So in 1956, my father visited China, and Mao received him and said that we got a letter in 1950 and we accepted only one proposal, that means having a special relations with India. So, in fact, my father had probably contributed. And you could see that in the first few years, the two governments were very close. Chairman Mao, he only visited two foreign embassies. One was the Soviet embassy, another was the Indian embassy. So in 1951, when the Indian embassy celebrated the 1 year, the first anniversary of the Republic of India, Chairman Mao led 40 Chinese leaders to attend that celebration to the embassy, in which Mao said, Indian people is a great people, Indian nation is a great nation. And in 1956, Chairman Mao went to the official residence of the Indian ambassador, R.K. Nehru, for dinner. That he never did to any other foreign ambassadors. And so he said that every Chinese wanted to reborn in India. No. So in I said this in the talk, 1954, when Nehru visited China, the whole city of Beijing went out to welcome. And in that trip, Nehru stayed in Beijing for about 2 weeks, 10 days. And Mao probably had talked with Nehru for 4 times. And when Nehru was leaving Beijing, Mao said farewell dinner, only no other person attended, only Chairman Mao and Nehru with the interpreter. The interpreter was a person called Vasant Balanjabe. He became a IFS officer, but earlier he was not, he was just an interpreter. He was a good friend of me. So he remembered, when Nehru was, after the dinner, Chairman Mao, sent Nehru to the car and recited a poem, ancient poem, to bid farewell to Nehru. The relations were quite good, but it was spoiled by the border dispute. It was during the Bandung Conference in 1955. The Bandung Conference, Nehru, but that time, the very few countries outside, the communist bloc recognized China. So during the Bandung Conference, of course, Bandung Conference had a kind of episode, the Kuomintang, the Taiwan agency, set a bomb, in the Indian airplane, and that plane blew up, that Princess of Kashmir, you know that, and killed all, they wanted to kill Premier Zhou Enlai, but Zhou Enlai did not go on that plane and killed many Chinese and Vietnamese officers. And Nehru sent a special plane again to Kunming secretly to bring Zhou Enlai to Bandung, to Indonesia. And during the Bandung conference, Nehru did his best to introduce Zhou Enlai to, the leaders of Asia, Africa. So that was a great event, Civilization, Indian China, this are the civilizations for thousands of years.
Yeah.
In fact, only Indian China, in the present world, only India and China are both ancient, very ancient civilization and also modern. Like Egypt, Rome, the civilization of Egypt, was in history. Not surviving in modern times. The Roman civilization was not surviving in modern times. Only India and China, these two ancient civilizations survived. So that's a unique thing. That means these two civilizations had the power, had the energy of self-sustaining, surviving. So if these two civilizations can have such great power of surviving, they can survive. The two civilizations can prosper for another thousands of years. Tragedy is, from the 19th century onwards, both India and China are helping, influenced by the Western, as actually, the mindset, the mind was corrupted by the Western ideas, nation state. So now, strictly speaking, India and China are not pure civilization states now. They are more or less like a nation states. The difference is the civilization states would not emphasize on power. No, they would emphasize on harmony. But the Western nation state wanted to have power. The development of nation state is a kind of curve. The rise. Then on top of the world, the maximum, then decline. This is a kind of curve. So all this, like a British Empire, Soviet Empire, Roman Empire, is the development of a nation state. First you become very strong on top, become a superpower, then decline. India, of course, China, even during the height of Chinese civilization, it was not following this curve. Today, it looks like that Chinese are happy that they are rising, they are on this side of the curve. So I often issue the warning that this is dangerous. China should not follow this nation state development.